All right, guys. Hey, good morning. Save the date. Boom, right out of the gates. Let's get going. No time to waste today. It was 12 below this morning. Another beautiful, beautiful day. Save the date. February 20th, Stevens Point, Wisconsin. No-till cover crop conference. Looking at the agenda, looks like they have a real good lineup going on and a good game plan there. Reading the flyer that Living Northern Wisconsin sent me an invite to it. And they had over 400 people last year come to this event, and that's a heck of a turnout. I will tell you what, that's a heck of a turnout, and we can believe that this summer, we'll see what happens this summer in Minnesota. If we get a cold, wet spring, a late, delayed planting spring, I guarantee this summer or next winter when the Conservation Tillage Conference is in St. Cloud or wherever it is in Minnesota, I guarantee that will be a sold-out show in 0 minutes because these tough weathers and tough economic times are really driving these expos because people are seeing the financial benefits. And but yeah, they also, one thing I enjoyed on there is it looks like they have some type of beer and bowl session at one time. Them are great. I will tell you what, these presenters are not there to hear themselves talk. They are there to share information, meaning they're going to offer some and they want to hear feedback. What is your experiences? So if you go to any of these events, you ask all the questions that are in your head and you shout out any experience that you have that pertains to what they're talking about, if it's helpful. And even if it's not helpful, just shout out your experience. We're here to have fun. There's nothing worse than going to these and you have a breakout session where it's, it's 20 or 40 people in a group and the person is like, oh, does anybody have any questions? And everybody just sits there. You've been to a farmer's meeting, you know as well as I do that you can hear crickets chirp whenever the presenter asks if anybody has questions, because everybody just sits there. In their head, they're like, oh my God, how do I do this? How do I do this? How do I do this? But God forbid they speak up. And so I give it 15 seconds. As soon as that instructor or the presenter says, does anybody have any questions? I start looking around the room and I just start counting in my head. If I get to 15 or 20 and nobody's asking questions, I just shout out a random question. Don't care, I'm here to learn. That's a lot of money and a lot of time for me to get to that event. I'm going to make the best of my money, you goddamn right. I ain't going there just for the BS. I'm going there for educational BS. So I do try to be somewhat quiet during the thing. But at the same time, yeah, I'm not there to just hear a speaker talk without feedback from the crowd. So save the date, February 20th, Stevens Point, Wisconsin. It's only for some hours east of here, southeast, so not that bad. Couple channels I found, good channels, seem like good guys. Both guys do a good job. Both guys are a fairly young channel. One guy, the Hemme Farms, H-E-M-M-E Farms, is dairy with Holsteins, and he's trying this soil health, cover cropping, grazing stuff. I'll tell you what. Anybody maintaining cattle weight with Holsteins grazing, you're doing it. James O'Brien, it's right up your cup of tea with a whole lot less environment. He does not have the environment and the growing that James does. But the Holstein animal, that's you get a colored, you could feed a colored cardboard for the season and throw some salt and a little soy meal with it, and you'll maintain a colored. Heck, you just, let a colored wander North Dakota on that open prairie grass. They'll maintain weight. You throw a Holstein out there, and they're going to be a bone bag by the time they get to the other side of the state. You got a large frame there that needs a lot of inputs. But yeah, so he's doing a good job with that. Gavin Spoor, hope I'm not butchering either guy's last name. G-A-V-I-N-S-P-O-O-R. I will try to get the links in the description as well. Young guy. Looks like he's 18 and a half. I mean, he is just a baby-faced guy. But yeah, he's building his own little biostrip machine to get into the cover crops. He's drilling. He's getting this stuff figured out, and it's kind of working for him, and he's having some fun doing it. Both guys do a good job on their videos. Both guys are easy to listen to. Yeah, a lot of information there. So two good channels. Go give them a check out. And politics, I've been in contact with several people for a while now. And then another person recently. I don't know if I said it before. The University of Minnesota, in going to legislative hearings and other events, has used some of my material. And so then I've been in contact with other people about getting me down to legislative hearings when there's farm bill type stuff going on, regulations and things like that, to be a voice for the farmers. Sounds promising. Don't know where it's going to lead, but yeah, I would love to be down at the Capitol when legislatures are having a hearing on agriculture of Minnesota, so I could just pretty much be, I object, or overruled, you're out of order, and just yell at the politicians, because we need to keep this state agriculture friendly, plain and simple. And if I can make a contribution to agriculture, to the benefit of farmers of Minnesota, by voicing my 1.5 cents down at the Capitol, then by golly, that's what I'm going to do, because I don't have an option. A farm, you know, 3M, when Governor Dayton told a lot of companies in Minnesota that this is his state, if they don't like it, they can leave, and for now he's raising some taxes. A lot of the businesses said, oh, good idea, and they left. Excuse me. A farm, you can't quite do that. I probably could, actually, because of my location. In another 10 years, I probably could cash out on development before I retire. I guarantee urban sprawl is going to be closer to us in 30 years than it is now. So at retirement, I probably could divide up the farm into housing and live pretty good life as an old man, some beach somewhere. But that'll never happen. I will build my own wall before we divide that into housing. So that's that, guys. Save the date. Check out them other two gentlemen's channels. And if anything goes with this politics talk, I will definitely keep you guys updated. And hey, thank you very much for watching.